Anyway, what I was gonna say before I was so rudely interrupted by gravity. Have I mentioned recently that I hate storms? Does there really have to be another storm right now? I hate them so much! Hello and welcome back to another episode. Let me try that again. Hello and welcome back to another episode of No Suit Survival. Thank you so much for tuning in to episode 30. Before we get into the to-do list, I had another housekeeping thing. So I've had a couple comments where people have talked about adding back in air traffic. And I like the idea of having NPCs in the game. And trust me, when we get to space, I'm sure we're going to see some, because Reavers exist in this universe. But I decided instead of adding air traffic back, because it really only spawned in 4 ships, and they just crashed on the planet, and whenever they crashed, there was like a lag spike or something else like that. Instead, what I decided to do was add the Wasteland Encounters Mod. So essentially what it is instead of air traffic spawning in a ship and then that ship crashing and then the computer having to like reconcile all of that and make these big old craters everywhere, it spawns in a ship that is already crashed and like in the voxels, and it's just nicer to the computer. But it essentially accomplishes the same thing. I'm kind of excited about it. All right, yeah, so now getting into the episode, the first thing that we need to do is to make a to-do list. So let me grab some components for an LCD. Okay, so here are some things we need to do. First, we need to repair the hauler, because when I landed over here, I did break some of the thrusters. We also need to build a docking port for this thing, and we need to build our mining rig. And I'll show you what I mean by that, mining rig. So I'm actually pretty excited about kind of the prospect of doing this. I know that essentially we're starting over. I mean, not entirely, because we have 2 refineries and 2 assemblers and all the stuff that goes on that ship. But like as far as bases go, and it's cool because we get to take all the things that we learned from the other bases and we can use it to inform our decision making for this new base. And I'm kind of excited about it. So originally I said in the last episode at the end that I wanted to chop off the top of this mountain right here and build the base there. But the more I'm thinking about it and the more comments that I've read, the more interested I am in actually building a big ol' hangar entrance out of this side of the mountain over here and then have it go, I don't know, we can discuss this later because I'm probably not going to get to this portion today, but either I make a bridge across, or I can go underneath and then just have like a glass walkway with some decoys and stuff on the sides underneath. Like I dig like a channel in the ground and then I just have glass on top of it or something so you can see outside. I think for this base, the decision is going to be to build underground, because then we don't have to deal with storms quite as much. And wouldn't that be nice? So in order to do that, I want to build a drilling rig so that way we can have some straight lines going through to kind of build our base off of. So in mapping this out in my mind, on this side over here, we're going to have kind of the main section of the base is going to be in this little mountain where we'll have our refineries and our assemblers and everything else like that on this side over here. And then we'll have our, like from over here, we'll have some kind of thing extend into the ice. Maybe we should, instead of digging a hole. Oh no, is a storm coming? Oh no. Get to safety. Oh no. Okay. I forgot we don't have auto queued up on this thing yet. Well, quite a few things got damaged before I got the decoy set up, so that kind of sucks. we have decoy stuff queued up now, so hopefully we can keep it alive. Okay, while the storm ruins my day, I'll continue talking about what I was thinking. So instead of making a giant hole like we did last time to gather all that ice, maybe this time what we could do is drill underneath so we don't disturb the surface layer. So one, it stays nice and pretty outside, but two, it gives me more room to take out planes like the Seeker. Ice lakes are the best place to land because they're so flat, and so it'd be nice if we turned that into like a runway. That would be pretty cool. All right, looks like the storm is letting up. Let's see what the damage is. That is unfortunate. Oh, yikes. Okay, let me get the components to repair this. Okay, so I think that the thing I need to do is I should probably set up Izzy's inventory manager on this thing and have it auto craft a bunch of resources, because that's always very convenient. And then I guess we just got to get to building a huge drilling thing. But in order to make the drilling thing, I need power, which means I need to make some wind turbines. All right, well, let's start with Izzy's. So I need a programmable block, and then we'll start working on getting a grid set up with some power, and then we'll add the drills, and then, yep, that's kind of the start of the plan. This looks like a good spot for a programmable block. Okay, and I'm just gonna block in the spectator over there so I can have my LCD right here. Cool, let's do this. All right, we set up our auto crafting, so we'll have some of our basic resources just on deck, which is nice. All right, let's grab some stuff and get some wind turbines up and running. So I'm having a little bit of a dilemma here in my brain. I know that I need wind turbines because those are the most effective, especially with the storms and stuff that we have. But I gotta say, I'm not pumped about them because they're not really like super aesthetically pleasing. Like if you had just one on a tower, that's not a big problem. Like those can look pretty cool when you put them on the columns. But to get the most efficient, it doesn't look quite as cool. And I know that I'm playing survival mode, so efficiency should be higher than aesthetics on the on the hierarchy of needs, but I have a vision for this really cool base that I want to make, and I gotta say, wind turbines everywhere just doesn't seem to fit in with that vision that I have. What to do. Alright, well, I think there's really no way around it at the beginning, so we'll do wind turbines, and then later on, when I have the uranium mine working, then maybe we can get rid of the wind turbines if they are eyesores and just operate off of uranium or hydrogen once we get the ice mine up. Let's do it. Oh, ooh. Okie dokie. We have some wind turbines set up. I think the next thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to build a little dock for a turtle because I need to, one, recharge it. And I'd rather recharge it with renewable energy like this rather than wasting my uranium that I have on the other ship. And by building a dock and a connector over here, then I can bring the resources needed to weld up the decoy during storms, and I can store it in a small cargo container that I'll build over here. So that is the next step. So let's do it. Dang it. No, this is the worst time. I Please, 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 please don't zap me, please. Whew, okay, made it back in time. All right, we'll just let the storm do its thing. Luckily, we have the wind turbines already set up, so all it's doing is charging the battery over there, which is a-okay with me. Alright, let's get back to it. Oh, but we definitely need to move a little quickly because I only have 8 minutes of charge left on the turtle. Okay, so I think I've learned what my next thing I need to do is, which is to build a medical room over here because I'm losing health really fast. And the only way for me to regain health is for me to just hop in the cockpit and wait. All right, well, we're at 35% charge now, so let's start welding up some of this stuff, and then we'll go get the components for a medical room so that way I can stay out a bit longer. Okay. That is so frustrating. Clearly a design flaw. Anyway, what I was gonna say before I was so rudely interrupted by gravity is that I think I'm gonna let the turtle charge up a little bit on here because I only have like 10 minutes of battery on it. And while it does that, I'm gonna see if I can repair the thrusters over here. Wait, which thruster is damaged? Is it this one? Nope. Wait, what? I thought my thrusters were damaged. They were yep, this one is. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm going to repair this, and that's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. And then I'm going to fly this thing over to kind of where we're building. That way it's just a little closer, a little bit more convenient. And yeah. Okay, it has been repaired. Let's head on over to the other side. Okay, that was successful. I was a little worried because exchanging my ore for components really increased the weight of this thing, and it barely was able to lift off the ground. Yeah, so that was a little sketchy, but we made it, so we're good. And the turtle has 77% charge, so that is also good. All right, I'm gonna bring the turtle over here. I'll let it continue charging. And I think that the most logical next step would be to set up a dock for the hauler. At some point, we do need a bob over here, for sure. I need a medical room right now. I don't want to have to keep coming up here. Medical. There we go. Sweet. Now we can do this with less interruptions. There's got to be a better way to do this, because this is just going to take me forever just to fill this out. So I think what I'm going to do instead is I'll just place all the blocks down. Yeah, I'll place all the blocks down, and but first I'll put the big connector back here, and that way I can fly it, connect it, and then I'll have access to the assemblers on the base. And so instead of like having to keep refilling the turtle, I'll just set up like pistons with welders on them, and I'll have it weld up the floor underneath it. Because we lose a lot of time just having to go back, refill it, come back, weld just a little bit, and then do that like a bunch of times. So hopefully this works and I don't crash a bunch of stuff in my pursuit for laziness. So we'll see. Alright, let's see if we can land this thing over there. I know that while I'm trying to land it, I'm probably gonna burn some of those scaffoldings because they don't have any steel plates in them. But I wanted to have at least something, so if I do something wrong, like it doesn't catastrophically fail and fall down into a weird position. So hopefully it will just be kind of a safety net. Well, it doesn't look like the safety net is lasting very long, but I think... weird. I don't know what I'm resting on. I can't get low enough to connect it. Interesting. Okay, I think I know why. So let me make some adjustments. Actually, I may be able to make the adjustments without getting out of the ship. It's probably... not the smartest thing in the world, but I think that the reason I can't land is because the thrusters are getting caught. And so if I just wiggle a little bit, let the thrusters kind of make a bigger hole, then might be able to get it. All right, you know what? Rather than being an idiot, I'm just gonna do it manually. Okay, so I think all I have to do is just make these holes a little bit bigger, and hopefully that fixes it. All right, let's try that. Okay, so technically it was successful. We are a little bit crooked. Well, I guess not that bad. It's still getting caught on stuff. Alright, let me try that to get it a little bit more level. Alright, there we go. Even though that was a little sketchy in certain situations, I think overall it works out because I won't have to weld up quite as much. So that'll be kind of nice. I also came under here and I added these blocks right here. So that way I could, like, once it lands on it, it doesn't tilt forward. I mean, honestly, what I could just do is get rid of these. And then, oops. Oh, no. Oh. Ooh, cool. All right, what now? I think it's probably about time to start setting up the mine. I mean, I want to weld all this stuff up, but that's not the #1 priority right now. I'm realizing I kind of built off to the side, so I need to come over a little bit for the mining. Let's do it. Alright, I think I need to build a large cargo container on the base, or the platform, I guess, in order to make this worth it, because trying to go back and forth is not going to be fun. I think I'll just throw a large cargo container down here, and yeah, sweet. Now I just need to pull all of the components from the ship to over here. Alright, let's start welding some stuff up and get this base ready, or at least try to. Okay, well, the first push was successful, but I have a feeling this is going to be a long night. Alright, well, I'm probably going to have to build like 2 more layers on top of this, at least, maybe more, because my ultimate goal is I actually would like to park this thing in the hill. I don't know if that's practical. Yes. Well, let's do 2 more layers, and then I think that will be enough to kind of get us started. Because I mean, this is quite the tunnel. Goes on for quite a ways. Wow, yeah, that's real long. All right, well, enough talking about it. Let's get it done. Okay, so I think I'm not gonna add a 3rd layer because I bumped it up 2 instead of 1, and I think that will give me plenty of room to do whatever the heck it is that we want to do. So I'm gonna bore out this tunnel, and then we'll start building a base underneath here. All right, so as the sun comes up, let's go check out our tunnel. So here's the funny thing about this. This tunnel is like bigger than both of my bases combined. So I'm interested to see exactly how this turns out. Obviously, we're not going to pressurize the entire thing, but I think what I want to do is this will kind of be the end of this big open hangar area. And then this side part, we will continue, and this will go over to the other side of the hill, because I'm pretty sure we're pretty close. Yeah, according to the spectator camera, we're almost out of the like hill section. Although I think we are kind of angled in a different way, so but that's all right. All right, well, we definitely need lights in here. That's for dang sure. What is this nastiness right here? I don't love that. All right, I'll get the miner and we'll start cleaning up a little bit of that stuff. Wow, I did not realize how close the seeker was to hitting the ground. That is pretty funny. Oh, when I reversed the pistons, I accidentally reversed that piston too. Interesting. I was about to say, it was not like that. All right, there we go. All right, let's clean this part up here. So I added this scaffolding that goes all the way over there. So that way when we want to continue that tunnel, we'll be in the same like position. So it'll be consistent. Little nice things. I'm gonna be honest, I'm having a hard time trying to figure out kind of what I want to do down here. Let's see. I kind of want to leave this left side open because this will be kind of like our main area where we can have ships fly in and out, and this will be like a road that we can have like a little golf cart on, or maybe we'll make like a rail or something that goes across the mountain. So if that's the case, then we want to build over on this side. Hold on, let me lay down the groundwork for this road, because we want it at least to be as wide as the drills. Well, I'm almost out of water, so I need to go get some ice really fast. But I'm not going to mine it from this ice lake right next to me because I want to leave that one looking good. So I think I saw another like smaller ice lake. Yep, over here. And there we go. I'll have plenty of water for a long time, which will be nice. And that will also help me produce some more food. Good. Alright, back to trying to figure this out. I think I have an idea of what I might want to do. So let me give that a go. so here's what I'm thinking about for the design of this. I'm thinking that I'll have like my living area and crew quarters and everything upstairs, like up there, and we'll have glass so you can overlook the lake and everything else like that. But then underneath we'll kind of have a garage basically, where we'll have our turtles lined up underneath here, just 1, 2, 3, 4 or whatever, kind of like at our spaceport on the other side of the planet where we had all those connectors next to each other. That's what we'll do underneath here. And then I'm thinking on the side over here I'll put cargo containers and assemblers. So up top will be mostly decorative, and then all of our cargo and production, probably also refineries. I don't know. We'll figure out where the refineries will go in a bit. Because right now, we don't really need refineries because we have like 500,000 iron and like 50,000 of everything else. I know we'll go through that eventually, and probably more quickly than I'd imagine. I think we're still good, so I don't think refinery needs to be like the next huge priority. I also don't know what I want to do with these. I kind of like the idea of it's extending because it kind of creates this overhang that I like, but we'll see how it goes because it's kind of outside of the protection of the voxel right there. So we'll see. I mean, I might do like what I did at the spaceport, and I might set up like some little like decoy, I don't know, things that stick out of the ground. But we'll see. I do like the general shape of this though. I think it's coming together. It looks pretty cool. And I'm pumped to see what it will look like when it's all lit up with, neon and glass. So, all right, let's keep on keeping on. So here's the thing. I don't know where I want to put the assemblers yet. I like the cargo containers, and I want to continue this kind of look that they have. Actually, maybe I'll do this. Okay, yeah, I like that better. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is because I don't know where I want to put the assemblers yet aesthetically, I'm actually just gonna put a few assemblers over here in kind of like our more temporary setup, and then I'll set the auto crafting to be on the base, because right now the way I have it is that the hauler is auto crafting, and then I just drag from those assemblers into the large cargo container that's down here, and I have the connector set to no sorting on Izzy's, so it won't pull it back in. But it would be nicer if I just had it on the base, because then I could, like, if I'm out of stuff, I can just use the build planner. Yes. Let me extend this and kind of figure out what I want to do, and then we'll go from there. Maybe I'm gonna have to park the all the turtles in a different spot, because this isn't wide enough to have like 4 or 5 turtles in it. I don't need all this space up there. So yeah, so I didn't need to just keep going for no reason. So I think what I'll do is, in this kind of area, I'll set it up so whatever we're gonna like drive on this road, which is, I mean, like, it starts here. This is the center. Ooh, that was so loud. Alright, well, I guess we're about to find out if being underground is worth it. Kinda wish there wasn't a storm coming right now, to be honest, because it's probably gonna knock the drill down. We know how storms love mines. We learned that through the School of Hard Knocks, for sure. Huh. Yep. Okay, looks like the storm is finally over, but it also looks like I have a lot of cleanup now that I have to do, and we don't have a grinding turtle. Bummer, dude. I do love this. This is like one of my favorite things. But yeah, the storm was just absolutely not interested in the decoy that I have up there, because it just wrecked this whole thing. Wow, yeah. Evident by the fact that half of it is over here. Have I mentioned recently that I hate storms? This is one of the reasons why I'm super pumped to be living in a cave, which is not something that I think my parents would be very proud of me for. Alright, I realize this is going to be more of a process than I had initially anticipated, and therefore I am going to time-lapse it, much like everything I've done in this episode so far. Okay, change of plans. I just remembered we do have a grinding turtle here. Ta-da! A little bummed that it took me several minutes to remember that works. I'm a little slow, but I'll get there eventually. Alright, I need to come up with a way to get up there, and I think it would be cool to do ramps. But I have been wrong before. I was thinking about doing like an elevator. I don't know, I feel like it'll take too long. It's nice to just be able to walk up somewhere. Maybe what I should do is just change the top of this to be a ramp, because it's the same angle. See how it looks. Okay. Alright, I like that. Let me weld these up, see what it looks like. Yeah, I think that that's passable. Does there really have to be another storm right now? I hate them so much! With any luck, it won't matter too much for what we're currently doing because we're underground. Alright, I want to land the turtle in this little area, but I can't do that unless the bottom is welded, or it's just gonna break a bunch of crap. So let's do that. I gotta say, there might be something about this underground living, because I didn't have to hide in a pressurized base from that storm. I just sat back and did my thing in here, no issues. I know there's probably going to be a lot of people in the comment like, I told you at episode 1, you should have built underground. I was just being stubborn, and I admit, I didn't want the storm to win. Alright, now we need to weld up all this crap. I have an idea. Alright, I think what I'm gonna do is set up some pistons and some welders and just have it go underneath and just go across. Yeah, I think that's the move. another storm is coming. And I don't care. I mean, I care a little bit. As in, I shouldn't be just standing out there to get zapped. But I'm not worried about my base. That's what's cool. Alright, I don't know if that was actually faster, but it was nice to not have to run back and forth 100 times. So I'll get the rest of it manually, and yeah. I know most of this episode has been time-lapse because I've just been building a base, so I don't really know exactly how long this episode's gonna be, but I have a lot of hours of footage that I have to sift through, so hopefully it'll be a normal time frame. But I think what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna set up some neon, some lighting just for this bottom section, and then we'll call it there, and next time we'll work on the top section with the glass and decorating it and all that fun stuff and set up our assemblers. So let's get to it. Alrighty, friends, it's looking good. I'm pumped for how this is starting to turn out. I haven't decided yet if I love this. I do like the colors that it kind of gives off, so yeah, we'll figure out something with it. What I might do is I might change these to do these light armor slopes and then have it like kind of taper in and then have panels, or I don't know. We'll figure it out. I like the overall shape of everything and the fact that we're not getting struck by lightning during all the storms. I think like 4 storms hit almost back to back. But now all storms do when you live inside a cave is charge your batteries, which is a-okay with me. Alrighty, we repaired the hauler. We made the docking port. We made a mining rig and destroyed the mining rig. We dug the tunnel, set up power, and we started the base. I'd say today was a pretty productive day. Yeah, it's looking good. Thank you, patrons, and thank you to everybody for watching up until this point in the video. So thank you so much for tuning in to No Suit Survival, and we'll catch you next time.